So let's move this. Much. Right there, we're just. Oh, got it. Problem with doing this via restreaming service, going to multiple platforms, each platform individually. Hey, hey, Mumbles. How many platforms are you watching on at one time, Mumbles? I mean, you've got me on TikTok, you've got me on Twitch, and on YouTube all at the same time. Are you kind of distributing the content around the house or something? Hey, Alistair, I do appreciate the uh, appreciate you joining anyway. Okay, so that was there's nothing moving at the minute. That's where we are at the moment. Nothing at all moving. Well, there is, but it's a small the small stocks. So I'm just going to get rid of the fallers and keep the smaller priced gainers on feed. Your benefit, guys. Well, I suppose that's one way of looking at you watching everyone's questions. Absolutely. Okay, no problem. Well, get your guests to join in. They're more than welcome as well. What's on the screen at the moment is the overall top gapper. It's a smaller price stock. It's currently 165. It's MITQ. It's just entered a partnership with another company to provide cinema experience to esports. So that's the catalyst for this moving up. Currently up 44%. There is another one, Blue Knights, just moved up, but it's on very low volume. So I'm not even going to look at that till we have a look at the catalyst. Might get some volume in. ECAP. Right. Right, it's an acquisition. Blue Knight Energy Partners to be acquired by its general partner. That's not going to give up and the shareholders will receive 465 a unit. It's at 458. That's not going to move. Oh, it's not worth even looking at. Netflix is up today. Barely. Still waiting for that first daily candle to make a new high. or 4 hour. I think we might got 4 hour. But hey, Michael, good morning to you. Not such a good morning though. It's grey and overcast here. I don't know what it's like there where you are, but it's grey and overcast here. Oh, the only real gapper we've got so far is MITQ, but we're not watching that. I'm not watching that. You guys can watch that, but I'm not watching that. It's below my price cutoff range. I'm gonna delete a lot of these tickers from yesterday. Get moves on them, right? Oh, the Russell's slightly down, the SPY slightly down, the Nasdaq slightly up. We've got this ranging market the last while on all of the markets, with the exception of the Nasdaq, which had that sell-off days ago, a couple of days ago. Sold off yesterday as well. Uh, but you're just getting a wider megaphone pattern, if you will, widening triangle, widening tunnel. So it'll be a rallying day today for the Nasdaq. I would suspect that pattern is to continue. See, NRZ. Let me ask you first. Oh dear. Um, on the intraday chart, there's no volume at the moment. There's nobody trading it at the moment. It's 1084. Kind of break even on the day. It's up 2%. Up 2%. 1084. But there's no. Let's look at the daily. I don't know where you got in, but there's no range. There's no range on this one. So if you're looking for profits, it's going to be difficult to get this. There's no volatility with it. You're getting like 20 cents across a whole day. Even in the last couple of weeks, got a $2 move. So I don't know where you're going to get the profit from. It's very choppy. It's just sideways moving. There's no opportunity for gains there since last summer. I mean, it was back to September last year. It was ranging between in one of the weeks of September. It was ranging between kind of 10 and $11, 11.70, and so a 30-cent range in across a whole week. There's no opportunity for making money there from an intraday basis. There's no opportunity for really for swing trades because there's no range, and it's not exhibiting any particular trend. So, from a long-term investment perspective, unless you've done your fundamental analysis and you believe that this is a good stock to invest in long term, and it will come good eventually, I can't see any opportunity there. Personally, my opinion, not financial advice. Remember that. But you asked for my opinion, Ladybug. I'm not telling you to stay with it, or like, I don't know how much you're in or what price you're in. But right now, I can't see any opportunities there. Certainly, there's nothing there intraday. And so from a day trade or a swing trade, there's not enough range and not enough volume or volatility, which is directly linked to the range. And just from an investment point of view, for kind of value investing, it's not exhibiting any particular trend. So I don't know where the gains are going to come from. That's just one of the indexes, isn't it? Yeah, Pro shares. This is um, this is just the Nasdaq. Errol, this is just the Nasdaq, same as the triple Q. But the three Qs on here, it's just the Nasdaq, slightly up on the day. Sold off yesterday. Sold off for 2 days in a row now as the Nasdaq. So, like I say, if we look at it on the daily, look at the Nasdaq on the daily. You've got this. Let's draw a couple of trend lines so you can see it better. You've got this broadening megaphone pattern. Got this megaphone pattern taking place here. So we're at the bottom end of that megaphone pattern. If this pattern is to continue, we could see a rally day today, and you could see up to kind of 340, 342, 345. It might not go all the way up. You see, it doesn't necessarily go all the way up. It might continue next week, but we'll probably see an upwards rally. It's the bottom of this descending trend line, so we could see the upwards rally coming. Until it breaks out, that's what I would be looking for right now. Is we're at the bottom of this. If it might come back down, might come down a little bit towards 332, but I can see this moving upwards today based on if the pattern is to continue. Now, the patterns are not 100% reliable, but this megaphone pattern is fairly obvious. Look at on the day. Let's go look at Netflix on the day. Oh, we're still down. So look for the next candle to make a new high, and we might get that bounce. That's what happened in January. Got January here. Yeah, here we go. See this here? This is Netflix in January. We had the huge gap down, and we had after the first gap down day, where it sold off and bounced a little bit. It had 3 more days of sell-off before we had the first candle to make a new high, and it rallied. And first candle to make a new high was here, so 382 all the way up to 457. So there's a good, 75-cent, well, 65-cent move there. So you probably look for a 40 or 50 cent, $40 or $50 move once we on swing perspective, once we get that first candle to make a new high here. So maybe 2 or 3 more days of either selling or consolidating. We've not really gone much lower than we did a couple of days ago on Netflix. So look for the first daily candle to make a new high, then a couple of 100 shares maybe, and swing it, see where it takes you. Put a stop on whatever the previous candle, the low of the previous candle. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, just giving my opinion for entertainment and educational purposes only. Remember that. You put money on anything and lose it, don't blame me, don't come after me, don't sue me. What stocks are moving this morning? That's a good question. Not much, if I'm being completely honest. Nothing of significant value, at least. You've got Fallon Farmers just popped up. This is Fallon Farmer. That's looking very strong. Very strong. Why is this popping up? Just had the news released. This is the catalyst. So Fallon says review process could include explode. Fallon Pharmaceuticals announces review of strategic alternatives. What does that even mean? Clinical stage biopharmaceutical company probably for. Okay, so they've just released an update, and they're exploring the potential possible merger, business combination, or investment in the company. That's why that's moving up aggressive. We'll take a little position here. First candle high, which would be don't like to trade for these lower price stocks, but see. Morning, not very well. How you doing today? So Valen Pharmaceutical looks like it might be exploring merger opportunities. All the way back to the VWAP now. That was an interesting little pop. Other than that, it's MITQ is the top gapper, really. That's 153, 33% up. This is 95% up on the day, this one. Hold Well, I was green yesterday, Zuggle. I don't know what you're saying, all red. The market was very red, especially the Nasdaq. But I was green. $2. If it breaks over $2, could be worth a punt. Good back up. Bit of a bull flag setup. Position. Give it 5 cents. If it drops below, we'll get out. 7 cents. No, 5 was what I exit. I'd fill. 2 cent or fill. Snoring is back. Queen Snorer. Waiting for that. Get out. Just tried that. That's not going our way. So I don't like trading these stocks for that very reason. So I'll not bother again. It's not a cat. Well, she thinks she's a cat. I'm sure she behaves like one half the time. She's a chow chow puppy. I say a puppy. She's nearly 2, but she'll be 2 in the summer. But yeah, I've got a chow chow. It's gone without me. Typical. Oh, a little bit bigger. Not make revenge trade. Stop at $2. 98 10 cents. Yep, this ain't working for me. Be quiet, you're distracting me. Hoping this ain't going to set the course for the day. Thanks for the day. This is currently 78%, 76% up on the day, 77% up. I'm going to hold this got 95. I've got a bit of a bounce at 95, so $2 range should be a support. So it's not. Unfortunately, that grunting, that snoring is coming from the throat, not the nose. It's just the way she is. The flat nose and all. Yeah, penny stocks, absolutely, Glenn. Not a big fan of penny stocks, kind of sub $3. Um, it's traded already traded 7 million shares already this morning, and it's only a 4 million float. So had shares have been recycled and then some already. That's in what, 20 minutes. Volumes, the relative volume is definitely here. It's only a 4 million float, so 7 million shares is a hell of a lot at 8:30 in the morning. Thing is, with these stocks, they pump and they can flush just as quickly, so you need to be very careful with them. Why have we only got 140 likes in the TikTok stream? Don't you like me? I had a shower this morning. It's not my deodorant, surely. This is not. It's finding resistance at that $2.10. In a range between kind of 95 and 15-cent range at the minute. I want to break out of that range, ideally to the upside. $20. That's where we wanted. So we'll see it break 220. Below 195. That's not great risk reward ratios, but I shouldn't really be in this trade if I'm honest. Makes the stream more exciting. So make sure you give me a like and a follow. Currently $2.02. The pharma stocks, when the catalyst comes out, it needs to be a good catalyst. Otherwise, you don't get the continuation, and that's the problem with pharma stocks, is that when they run, they can really run. I mean, Neurosense a couple of weeks ago ran, it was what, it's 750% on the day. Phenomenal run. We had SBFM ran up, it was about 250%. We had Beru last week and continuation since then. But when it's a good catalyst, it's a strong catalyst. It's they can really run. This is not. This is news of a potential merger. It's not actual pharmaceutical catalyst, so to speak. So yeah, it's run up, but it now just consolidating. Is it going to go any further? I'm not sure it is. Cut this for a bit of a loss. Thinking. This goes below one. Probably done now. Tried to get the full flag bounce, but this is done. Yeah, easy come, easy go. Yeah, so that's what I did on what day were we? Friday? On Wednesday. We got to 4,000 up on the day when we quit the stream. We were 4,000 up. It was easy going, easy trading, and I came back for power hour. And the first trade, I gave half of it back. The second trade, I gave the rest back. So I wasn't too happy with myself coming back for power hour and giving 4,000 over 4,000 back to the market. We're actually 400 down, and then we got a little bit of that back from Veru, and then we jumped into Tesla for the earnings call after the close, and that went good for us. But Tesla sold off like the rest of the market yesterday, the rest of the Nasdaq yesterday. So it reached a good high point after the earnings. Then the market forces took over. Not looking at this one because this is now going higher. So it's typical. Wait for it to consolidate. You get out because of breaks above, and I'll very annoyed with my. Not not a lot moving at the moment. It's been like this for a few days now. Pre-market, we've had a few quiet pre-markets where there's not a lot of gappers. Gap and go strategies kind of been out of commission this week for a few days. So we're really looking. Monday was the only time we really had a good gap and go, and we had a textbook gap and go on Monday, and that was Casa. Apart from that, we've been relying on the momentum strategy more than anything. Lots is looking. That's your Nasdaq. That's your SPY. This is the Russell, which is the small cap index, is down on the day. Well, so the markets are trading sideways more than our old friend ATA hitting the scanners. Momentum. 470 is the target there. It needs to get above 470. I mean, well, I think it's get the Benzinga. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Just good morning, Tribe Briggs. You're in charge of the stream till I get back. And he's back. What did I miss? Anything running? Yeah, like did break that 220, so that's the power of patience. I should have been a bit more patient, but hey, look, easy come, easy go. Well done, Snow. You were a little bit more patient than me. Good stuff, pillowcase. Good to see people actually making money. But look, the only difference between making 24K and making $24 is sizing. So you think of it that way. Think of it on percentage gains. That's a good on a thousand 1K account, small account. $24 is a good return. So that's don't like the constant sideways consolidation though. So I'm not going to be trading that bill. In fact, I probably won't be trading anything less than $3 again. Okay. So to put this into context, guys, I am currently up. Hang on a minute, I didn't import my trades from yesterday, did I? Not imported my trades to my trader view. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, no. Okay, so reports. Bring this across so everybody can see it. Also, everybody can see it. Well, this is my trader view. So we made a little bit of a profit yesterday, and see that we had this huge drawdown, and it's now $6,000 green on the month. But that's only trade profit and loss. If I take into account the commissions, charges, everything else, we're currently sitting at 5,700 red on the month. Oh, a good day today could get us green on the month, and then we're trading for profit next week. So that first day really hamstrung us. You missed it yesterday. Mullen had a decent day yesterday. Had its bounce. Let's have a look at Mullen for you. Okay, so it's trading flat. It had its bounce, then sold off. So, but we're back where we were. Close of business on Wednesday, and just been trading flat. I'll show you the 60-minute chart so you can see. So I was talking about you yesterday, Quais, is that when this moved up and then it had its little bounce, was saying, where is she? It's been selling off for the last couple of weeks, well, the whole month, and then at the open, it just it hemorrhaged and didn't look back. So it's popped back up again. It retraced all its gains yesterday from a pre-market session, traced all its gains, and that's where we're currently sitting at. So it's trading sideways at the moment. So um, you clearly didn't take my advice on getting out of Mullen, but good luck to you. Look at the daily selling off since it spiked up at $4 back in mid March. So not looking very strong at the moment. Why would you know about Violon yesterday? The news only broke today. Look, Michael, this is Benzinga. Market market time 8:05. This is when the news is breaking. Okay, 8:04, 8:05, give or take us a couple of seconds. This is when the news is breaking. So we wouldn't have known that it was going to run yesterday because the news hadn't broken. This is reacted based on the news. So we couldn't have predicted that. Anybody that says that know what direction stocks are going to take or before they make the moves, they don't. They're lying. Say they know, they don't. You can make predictions, but that's exactly what they are. I can make predictions on what tonight's lottery numbers are, but I don't know. Snoring again. We're just going to wait for some momentum stocks, I think, at this stage. No volume at all in the markets. We've got two that have moved up, which is MITQ and which is $56 and Valon Pharmaceutical, which is the one that's on the screen. Did try trade Valon Pharmaceutical a little bit. The full flag breakout didn't work, didn't go for us, so we got out. Good to see some other people in the stream making money on it. One in PMZ. Anybody looked at the crypto world this morning? Last I saw, we didn't have a great day yesterday in crypto, but yesterday evening we were back up again. So, like, still over 40k on Bitcoin, 3k on Ethereum. So we're not too bad. Still need to see it. I don't know improve. The only one that's in the red at the minute was me stacking up last October, November on Cardano, and it put me in my dollar cost averaging has put me in red. I'll continue to add. It's up. Absolutely. Got Elon's coming back now. 5 minute was a better setup, and you tend to find that the pattern breakouts they're more reliable on a longer time frame. And if you see this, you get the pullback on the 5 minute. The 5 minute bull flag was absolutely 100% reliable here. The move up. So 1 minute I got faked out. We had the pullback, it moved up and then pulled back again. So I got out here. So could have waited for the 5 minute setup. And this is what I keep saying to people about look at the higher time frame as well. And if you've got the pattern set up on the higher time frame and it's showing that it's set up on the lower time frame, then it tends to be a lot more reliable. So get your entries on the lower time frame, but look for the move up on the higher. Well, look, Dougal, I've given up. I think when I tried to trade the indices, when I tried to trade the markets, and I was losing money, and it made no sense to me at all. But good news would come out and the markets would sell off. Bad news would come out and the markets would rally, and the vice versa. And what I learned and what I took from that, the lesson that I took from that, it was an expensive lesson, granted, but the lesson I took from that was the markets will be irrational longer than I can stay solvent. So I've stopped applying logic to the market movement. I just need to see it moving. Hey, Rich, good to see you back. There's not a lot cooking at the moment. It's just we've got a couple of smaller price stocks that we're just keeping an eye on. I tried trading one, but as you know, my sweet spot is not these penny stocks, the smaller price stocks. I don't tend to do very well with them, so that's why I don't trade them. It's not in my sweet spot. So we lost a bit of money on this one. If it continues to rally, I might look at it again, but it'd have to get over $3 for me to trade it now. I'm going to be disciplined with my strategy. I have a strategy for a reason, and the reason is that it's profitable. And every time I veer away from the strategy, I lose money. It's funny that, isn't it? It happened yesterday as well. I veered from the strategy and took some cheaper stocks because there wasn't a lot else moving. I will be better off just waiting and not trading anything. A break-even day is better than a red day. Although we were green yesterday, so. But that's my problem is I feel like I'm sat here in front of the desk, sat here in front of these screens, in front of the charts, that I need to be trading, and I don't. The simple answer is I don't. And this is discipline, and I'm an experienced trader, I'm a profitable trader, and even I succumb to that ill discipline from time to time. I need to get back to, and that's what cost me at the beginning of the month. I was trading, some big size at the end of March, and I had the account to do that. And that's the whole point: is you build up your account so you can trade big size. And I was, getting $5, $10, $15,000 days in March, which was great. And then we had that big red day at the end of March, and then we came in and we had another big red day at the beginning of April. And the reason we had such a big red day at the beginning of April is I continued with the same mindset. I continued trading, even though I'd taken the profits out at the end on the last day of the month. So we were trading with only a $30,000 account. I was still trading it as if it was a $100,000 account. So you need to, if you're changing your account size, that's part of the strategy. You need to change your mindset with it. So trading it with a large share size when I didn't have the equity to support that was my big mistake on the 1st of April. And look, we're still almost $6,000 in the red on the month, and we're 3 weeks in. We've got a week left after today, and I'm still in the red on the month. And I've not had a red month since February last year. I'm not going to have a red month this year. Hell no, I'm not having a red month. Forget that. Let the trades come to you. Absolutely. 100%. Let the trades come to you. Patience. Warren Buffett said it best. I quote the great man. I mean, people saying I'm the best investor, that the best trader that they've seen. I'm like, no, no, I'm not the best investor. Clearly not the best investor. I might be top three. Warren Buffett, best trader, best investor. So you've got Warren Buffett up there, and he once said that the stock market is essentially a tool for the impatient man to give his money to the patient man. And it's no less true today. Oh no, I like spending money, Rich. But yeah, you're right. Saved money is better than spent money. It's I put money into the account, and I've said this. The mindset that I've got with trading markets is I deposited when I originally deposited money into my brokerage account. Um, I was counting my gains. It's like playing poker, as Kenny Rogers says. You don't count your money while you're sitting at the table. And I do the same thing on a monthly basis. If I deposit them at the beginning of each month, whatever equity is in that account is not my money. That's the broker's money. That's the money that I've paid the broker for access to the markets. Any gains that I make at the end of the month, I will take as my profits, and I will do what I do with them. I will reinvest them, pay the piper, and spend some as well. But you put your money into your broker, you've got to, and this is the mindset that you need to have, which is why I always say don't put money into the markets that you can't afford to lose. As soon as you deposit that money, consider it lost. Consider that money lost. And then all you're doing is you've paid for access to the markets with whatever money you've got in that account, that equity at the start of each month. The profits that you gain is your take. That money that you put in at the beginning of the month is still there, but the rest of the money you can take out and redistribute and put it into your pension, put it into your tax-free savings, whatever you want to do it. Buy your Lamborghinis or Ferraris or whatever. Not necessarily a good idea, but whatever you want to do with it. And that way, when you do have a red day and it does wipe a bit of your equity away, it doesn't hit you as emotionally because you've already paid that money. So don't count your gains as being gains or profits as being profits. Think of it as your job. If you're in sales, for example, and you've got an order pending, until you get that purchase order booked, that sale isn't complete. You might have the commitment from the chief buyer or the CEO of the company you're selling to, but until that order's booked, you're not going to get paid commission on it. Same thing here. Until the end of the month, you've not actually made any gains. All you're doing it's it's figoozy. It doesn't exist. So when you actually withdraw the money, that's the only time it really exists. As long as it's in the in with the broker, it's fresh air. It's fake. You may as well be trading a paper account. Hey Darren, tell you what, Rich, with Warren Buffett, what I've never understood with Warren Buffett, I mean his hedge fund to take shares in his hedge fund, it's the most expensive uh, company per share. I've never understood why they don't make it more affordable for your common investor and actually have a big stock split. Maybe go 1,000 to 1 or even a 500 to 1 stock split. And that way, more people can get access uh, to his fund. But I think he's a bit of a snob like that. So yeah, I mean, if he had a 1,000 to 1 stock split, maybe $500 a share or something. It's huge. There's huge prices for what it is. Ridiculous prices. No, David, and you don't need it. The problem with trading forex is you need that much leverage because he's got no position on crypto. He thinks it's all a big scam. Uh, but this is like my granddad listening to pop music. It's generations. And fair play to him. He doesn't like the tech sector either. He doesn't invest on the Nasdaq. Warren Buffett, he has this motto where he says, understand the company that you're investing in. If he doesn't understand it, he won't invest in it. And crypto, NFTs, absolutely, but crypto, a lot of the tech sector, he won't invest in it. But when he does like something, when he does understand something, he goes into it big time. He will buy the entire company. He really invests. Um, but going back to yourself, David, in terms of forex, the changes in forex are minuscule, so you need big leverage to take advantage of. It's like trading indexes, it's like trading index futures. So you need big leverage to take advantage of those um, fractional percentage changes between the pairs. Whereas with stocks, I can see. I mean, look at the one we're looking at on the screen today. We've got it's called Holland Pharmaceutical. The ticker is VLON. This has moved up. It's currently 18. It was up almost 100% on the day. It's currently 88% on the day. So we don't have to have 50, 60, 200x leverage to take advantage of an 80, 90% move. We don't even need leverage to take advantage of an 80, 90% move. If you've got 2, 3, 4x on that, you could more than double your money on a 50% move. So you don't get you get more volatility with stocks than you do with forex pairs. Yeah, you can't knock these. He's actually they're just about voting for to replace him as CEO. And I don't blame them if I'm being honest, because what is he, 86, 87 or something like that? I mean, you can be the smartest guy in the world, but time waits for no man. Age creeps up on everybody, and it's about time. I mean, he can still have a stake in the company and sit on the board and things, but is he really the right person to drive the company to the next level? Um, he's probably getting to that stage where he should be considering retirement. And what's the point of being one of the most wealthy people in the world, billions and billions and billions and more money than you can ever spend, if you're not going to enjoy it? He should just go out and do whatever he wants to do, or whoever he wants to do. Got enough money for it. But then again, the Uber 1% don't think the same. Well, it's not when you get to that certain level, when you get to the $1 billion level. The billionaires, they don't consider money real. They don't think of it in the same way that your six pack on the street, you and me, they don't look at money in the same way. They don't view money in the same way. It's not real to them. It's like playing computer games. It's just numbers on a screen, and the bigger the number, the better they feel about themselves. When you've got multi billions of dollars at your disposal, you've got to ask yourself a question: does anything have worth? Nothing has a material worth when you've got that much money, because you can just it's pocket change to everybody. They can just go out and buy whatever they want, and at the drop of a hat. Don't, but they could. He is a legend. He is currently the legend gets banded about too freely, in my opinion. But Warren Buffett is absolutely a legend. He's a legend in the finance industry. He he himself and his philosophies and his way of investing has been revolutionary. Do you know the majority of his wealth he's gained in the last 20 years, 25 years? So what's a what's a big puts it all into perspective. Made them, 2/3 of his wealth, nearly three-quarters of his wealth came after he was 60. So, and again, Colonel Sanders was a pauper until his 60s. Didn't find Kentucky Fried Chicken until well into his 60s. Oh, there's hope for me yet. I could hit my billion. Anybody want to invest in me? I could hit my $1 billion target yet. Elon pulled all the way back to the VWAP, starting to bounce. So this is an interesting stock now. I mean, it's not interesting for me because it's not above $3, and I tried to trade it and typically go off, veer off from my own personal strategy, and goes against me. Well, that's not to say that, I mean, the methodologies, the strategies that I teach can be applied to lower price stocks. It's just my own personal preference. I don't like to trade lower price stocks for a number of reasons. One of them is I don't have much luck with them, whatever reason. Yeah, I saw Snap earlier, Snapchat. Look at it. It's kind of sideways moving. We had, if you look at it on the 5 minute, you can see what I was looking at. Okay, on the 5 minute, we got this move up, but it didn't get too far. It kind of rejected at the $0.75 level. If you look at 75 here, so it's rejected at $0.75, and it moved up from 28.50. So we got on the momentum scanners. It looked good over this period here, but it's just ranging sideways at the minute. To be fair for Snapchat, it's only sold one. There's only been 1.2 million shares traded, so it's not exactly huge huge relative volume either. So just be careful with Snapchat. Might see a bit of a move with that partnership with Annuity. Can't get a reaction to that, but nothing yet. Like I say, it's actually low relative volume. It's 1.2 million shares. Snap would regularly trade 35, 36 million shares on any given day. So when it's only trading 1.2 million shares, it's low relative volume Snapchat, which is why it's not on my watch list right now. It's not of interest. We'll probably need to, if it gets above $30, then I might be interested. Don't, what's the saying? Trade the rumor, sell the news, or so buy the rumor, sell the news. But I don't like to trade on news. I wait for the confirmation. The news comes out, then I wait for the confirmation of the market reaction to it before I'll trade it. Because, like I said earlier, the market can react completely irrationally to the news. You might get earnings reports come out and they've done twice their target, and they sell off. You're like, well, hang on a minute, they've done twice the revenue that they expected to do, and why is it selling off? The inverse might be true. They've just been announced that there's debt, or there's criminal activity in being investigated by one of the board members, and then the stock price rallies. You're like, why? It makes no sense. So unfortunately, the market can react in a illogical manner sometimes. So wait for the market to react, start to exhibit a trend, and then trade the price action, not the news. Well, I think that trading, the good thing about trading is, whilst it can be stressful, it's not exactly a difficult job physically. So, if you're your own boss, you can decide when to retire, and you can then do it 2 days a week. Retire somewhere nice and sunny if that's what you want to do. Have your little house overlooking the Mediterranean, or overlooking the Caribbean, or wherever you want to be based, and just try 2 days a week. One day a week. But let's face it, if you're living in Portugal, overlooking the Mediterranean on the Algarve, and you trade one day a week, and you're making $1,000 a day, that's $4,000 a month. That's more than the average Portuguese will even think about earning. The average Portuguese wage, I think, is about 22,000 euros. But then again, it comes down to your lifestyle as well. Do you want to do you want to live like your average Portuguese person? I certainly don't. Not Nothing against the average Portuguese person, but I don't want to be in poverty. I've been what's the saying? I've been rich and I've been poor, and rich wins every fucking time. I say that word because I'm not monetized yet. It is actually at the moment. Spain get some good value at the moment. Since 2008, the arse fell out of the real estate market in 2008 for Spain. It's never recovered. You can get good. So basically, I was selling property in Spain in kind of 2000, between 2000 and 2004, 2003, 2004, and you can buy properties now at the same price, in some cases less, on the Costa del Sol. So that's 20 years that property price hasn't appreciated in the best part of 20 years. That's poor. So it depends on your definition of good value, Jack. Is Spain good value real estate at the moment? Is it a good price? Yes. Will you get good returns on that? Maybe not. Um, but you can get good rental incomes. Short-term rentals are still in demand in Spain, for the simple reason that it's a holiday destination of choice. So you go for short-term rentals, you rent it out for 7, 8 months of the year, and you can get good returns on it. Is it going to appreciate in value? It probably will, but it hasn't done over the last 20 years. That's the problem with Spain. They put up so many properties, and there's still a lot of skeleton buildings on the Costa del Sol. I was based actually slightly inland, Alistair, a place called Alarin El Grande, which is, if you know that area of the Costa, where Mijas is. There's a pueblo on the mountain. The opposite side of that mountain is where my village was. But I was selling in Marbella. I was selling in Marbella, but Marbella, Estepona, Port Rabanus, all down that coast, I was selling. And it was easy. Oh, I've got some tales I could tell if this was it wasn't an R-rated to. It would have to be an R-rated stream if I was to tell those stories of how I closed some of those deals back in the day. Can imagine. He kept not a trade. That's Blue Knight. It's an acquisition pillowcase. I'd look at it when it first popped. It's 40% up and it's staying there, so it's not moving. It's an acquisition. Costa del Sol still has loads of crime. What's funny about that? So what story time? Whilst I was selling down on the Costa del Sol, I got an inquiry from a Russian couple, an old Russian couple, and they wanted to find a villa in the Puerto Banús stroke Nueva Andalucía area. And they gave all this criteria that they wanted. They wanted a three-bedroom villa with a two-bedroom annex stroke servants' quarters. And they wanted it not to be overlooked, had to have a pool, had to have a drive or carport, all these different things that it needed. And one of the key things that they wanted was bulletproof windows. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, because I was relatively new to the Costa at the time, so this is about 2001, and I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to find a property with bulletproof windows? So, me being the logical person, I look for the most difficult thing on their requirements list first, and then I can work backwards from that. If I can find something with the most difficult, does it have the rest? But then I typed it onto the computer, that kind of the with the search algorithms, onto the database. Bulletproof windows, villa, bulletproof windows, and the results that came up was about 1,500 villas on that, just in that area around the Marbella, Puerto Banús, Nueva Andaluz area. About 1,500 villas with bulletproof windows, listed with bulletproof windows, reinforced glass bulletproof windows. And I'm kind of thinking, I didn't know there was such a demand for it. That's the Costa del Crime for you. Costa del Sol. I mean, you've got a lot of. I mean, the Irish mafia is still down there. You've got a lot of Italian mafia still down there. A huge amount of Russian mafia down there. There's a lot of, because the Costa del Sol, that those Gibraltar Straits, and that part of the Mediterranean is, it's an easy area for, import of drugs from North Africa. Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Alistair. I was friendly with one guy, and lovely fella, and I found out he was a crime boss after I'd moved. But it was I used to drink with him in the same pub and everything, and he was a lovely fella. Uh, One of the nicest blokes I've met in a long time. Very smart guy as well, but from East London. And I found out afterwards that he was a crime boss from East London, and he still had warrants out for his arrest in the UK. But goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, look, a lot of the stories have merit, some of them don't. What was funny about that Russian couple, that I found them a place, I took them to a place, and then they actually bought it in the end. And we said, okay, we're going to need to put a deposit down on. So I took them to the Gabagada, so took them to the lawyers, and the body. So the translator, he wasn't a translator, he was a huge fella. Um, he's one of the very few, because I'm like 6'2" and I'm 300 pounds. So this guy he made me look like a 7 stone weakling, huge fella. He was a translator, no way. So anyway, they said they gave them directions to the lawyers where we were going to be putting a deposit to secure the property. And to secure the property, you want to be putting 10% down. At the time, it was a 10% down. You could secure the property whilst all the legal work was being carried out. Now, bearing in mind that the villa that they decided on was 2.3 million euros, and 10% down meant nearly €250,000. So we arranged to go there. I'm thinking they're going to write a check or get a banker's draft or whatever else. And he got the bodyguard to go to their car that they come in, and they're sat in the. They didn't speak a word of English, but he did. And they're sat in the lawyer's office waiting for him to come in. He comes in with two plastic carrier bags with used notes in bundles. $250,000. It's the most money, actual money that I've ever seen in my life in cash. Almost €250,000 in cash that they brought to this lawyer's to put a deposit down on this villa in Spain. And it was mind-boggling. Two carrier bags full. It was like, where'd you get that cash from? It was clear that these, I mean, this old couple, they're probably in the mid to late 60s, and they look like they wouldn't harm a fly. But it's clear to me that just the fact that they had that amount of cash, that there's no way that they were, you know, just a retired old couple or something. Dodgy Russian money, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so we're just breaking highs now with Velon, 234. We've got 15 minutes of the market, pre-market left. SWVL also. So this is Valon breaking new highs. This was one that ran up yesterday, which was SWVL. Just seen it on the scanners, but no volume, so not going to be unlikely to be trading that one. ITQ sideways now. So Valon is it's interesting. I'm not going to be trading it, but it is interesting. I'll wait for the open and see what momentum comes. What's given to me in terms of momentum. Got a little bit of a hole to dig ourselves out of today to get green. So Fridays usually tend to be quieter than the rest of the week, but historically I don't do too badly on Fridays. I've only got 1.2 1200 likes today. Guys, just get me over 2k likes. Let's get this stream pushed out by the algorithm. Let's get over 2k likes, guys. More likes we get, the more engaged the stream appears to the algorithm, and it pushes it out to more people and get more people in. So got 10 minutes. The bell. If you're wondering where I'm getting the ideas from, trade, actually, I'll do the usual tour before the bell opens. Oh. We've got the stream. On the stream is me. If you go to my profile, so you click on my face, click on my face or whatever, go to the profile, you get this link that you can see here. So it says the TikTok trader. That's myself. Go to TikTok trader, open the link if it gives you that, and this is what you'll end up seeing. So you'll see the link tree, and this is how I find stocks to trade. So what you're seeing in the middle of the screen, or at the top of the screen if you're on YouTube or Twitch, in TikTok, the middle of the screen, this is my scanners from Benzinga. Okay. I've got gap scanner, which is this one here, is my gap scanner. It gives me the top movers in the session. This one's my momentum scanner. It gives me top movers over the last 15 minutes. I've got two other scanners that you can all see one of them on Twitch and YouTube. This one's my one of my surging scanners. I've got two surging scanners. One is based on percentage gain, and the other is based on sorted by volume, or where people are actually trading. I've also got rolling news ticker in front of me, and I've got my alerts as well, my signals. So I've got price spike signals in real time. I've got halt and resume for when the market opens. I've got session highs or day highs as well being alerted in real time on my signals as well. So I've got all this set up. This is where I get my information on what stocks to trade and when. And then I look at the charts and I trade my strategies. So what strategies do you trade, Tony? Well, the strategies I trade are the strategies that I'm teaching on this course. So you guys have asked me to put a course together. So I lovingly spent hours and hours putting a course together, recording the lecture material, and this is the result. So you too can learn the strategies and the methodologies that I have and that I trade on a daily basis to be profitable. And I am a profitable trader. You can, if you scroll right to the bottom of this page, when you click through, you'll see 3 consecutive months of my trading activity. So I've got my trader view reports here, which is my trading journal, which details the statistics, um, my average losses, my wins, total losses, wins, all this kind of thing, my profitability. And then I've got my broker reports underneath it for the corresponding months. So that shows that I am consistently profitable, a consistently profitable trader. What do you get? How much is it? Where do I start? Well, if you click through, you can actually look at the syllabus. Obviously, you get an introduction to the trading, risk management. Go through stock selection, what we're looking for, how do we choose stocks to trade, charting, technical analysis, the pattern setups that we're looking for, the strategies that we trade. A big part is the psychology, the trade management and psychology, the emotional and psychological element of trading. Getting to the technical aspects, level 2 hotkeys as well. If you're going to trade as a business, there's some elements of that. There's a business plan in there, 3-month business plan as well. Then we're going to technical indicators and introduction to options. There's over 17 hours of lecture material there, and for a limited time only, you're getting an additional bonus swing trading course as well, which I'm currently building out. When I've completed the swing trading course, I'll be doing advanced swing trading, adding that next, and that will become a separate course on its own. So you get the day trading course and a swing trading course as well, and a bunch of reading material, all for the budget price of 150 bucks a month. $150, 130 euros, 120 pounds, whatever flavor you have in yourself. You can go for a longer period. That's up to you. But that's the course. I mentioned there my trading journal, Trader View. This is where you'll find it. Everybody keeps asking me what software platform I'm using. Dash Trader. Dash Trader is a software platform that I trade on every single day. And I'm speaking through this quickly before we get through to the open, so I don't have to cut back and show this when we start trading. And charting, whilst Dash Trader is a decent trading platform, I use Trading View for chart analysis, for looking more deeper analysis and better charting platform. And that's what it is. It's a great charting platform. Dash Trader only gives you kind of 6 months of 6 to 12 months of chart data, whereas Dash Trader gives you a lot more. Okay. On that, I will remove this from your screens and we can get ready for the bell, which is in 5 minutes. I'm looking at building out a crypto course, if I'm being completely honest. But if you learn the strategies, you can apply them to any instrument. The patterns, how to trade the patterns, the pattern recognition, the technical analysis, you can apply them to any instrument. It is a day trading course for stocks. It's not a crypto trading course, I would say. But I will be adding crypto content in the future. It probably will be a different course rather than the day trading course. Thoughts on CLF? 7% up at the moment, Cleveland. Have a look at the chart. a catalyst to this. Just have a look at the catalyst. Oh, there you go. It's Cleveland Cleveland Cliffs shares are trading higher after the company reported better than expected Q1 results and earnings per share. So that's why it's moving up. It's let's quickly look at the key data. Oh, key information. It's a big float, $500 million share float, only 6%, only 6%. So it's probably not something I will look to be trading. If it continues to rise, it's 3160s. If it continues to rise, I might be interested, but it's looking strong at the moment, but it doesn't meet the criteria that I use from a day trading point of view. For stocks that are going to have much higher volatility based on the fact that they are lower float stocks. If there's nothing else trading and this picks up some volume and volatility, let's have a look at the actual volume. I didn't check out the relative volume on Cliff. It regularly trades 23 million shares a day. It's currently traded 1.3. So that's where it's failing at the minute. It's just not on high relative volume. It's having a good day based on those earnings results, but it's not having a great day. So from an intraday trade point of view, it's probably not something I'm going to be doing. From a long-term investment point of view, it's got an interesting chart. So it's looking quite strong. If we look at this from February, it's certainly in an upwards trend. It's been consolidating up above $30 for a while now, and slowed down consolidation period. But I wouldn't worry too much about that right now. But the fact that it's moving up now, it's kind of approaching $32. I could see this potentially getting over $32 today, maybe 32.10, 32.20. Not stock picks, not calls or anything. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't sue me. But the daily chart's looking strong. So if you're looking at it from a long-term point of view, do your own due diligence. Look into it from the strength of the company. But it looks strong more from a long-term perspective, a possible swing, if you will. But certainly from an intraday point of view, it just doesn't. Its relative volume isn't quite high enough for me. Oh well, I'm definitely not trading it. If it's CNBC fan favorite, I'm not trading it, Jack. That's fine. You choose your instrument and what's good for you, MRMC. I prefer stocks to crypto from an intraday perspective. I will trade crypto or swing trade crypto from I'll swing it and I'll invest. I'm invested long term. I've got four stocks I'm invested long term. 15 seconds to the open. But I tend to be more into the stocks simply because looking at if I'm into the stocks was simply because they have higher volatility alongside good volume. Want an opening candle. Watch this first minute. I'll change the scanners over to regular market. $3 is going to be the halt level. 299 is the halt level on Elon. Alon. We've got a snorer keeper. Why have I got no music on? That's a good question. Have some tunes. People's entertained. The market's open. looking very strong. Take 5,000 shares. If I can that back. 299 is the 302 now. The hold on. Right, the $0.75 level. And the scanners for other things. Hoodie. Low volume. And 24% up on the day so far. Break that previous resistance level of couple. Afternoon up, put up. This is live day trading, exactly what it is, Mark. Just in with this small price stock, Valen. We're looking for 270. Our target. Resistance at that 260 level. Attack 260. Do I mind thinking out loud? That's all I'm doing. I'm just watching right now. I'm just watching the action. So I'm waiting for this to. It's coiling under that two. Saw the opening candle was 257. So on the 1 minute, the high of the opening candle. That's where we're finding the resistance right now. And getting a bit of a sell-off, but let's see the buyers come in. It's a bit of a buy the dip, move back up. Risky. When you buy the dip, it's very risky. But just buying the dip off the bounce off the VWAP there is risky. It could go absolutely go against you, but big risk, big reward, possibility. Still looking for 270. Get a sell-off, but risk you gotta take sometimes. Get the bounce on the VWAP we wanted, so I might just get out of this for a big loss. This was the over 100% up on the day. This was the one stock that was moving pre-market, really. Wasn't much else. So everybody's been watching this. A few people taking profits. a few shorters jumping in at kind of 250. It's a psychological level, $half level. My strategy's gone way out of the window, already gone out of the window on this trade. As soon as I took it, simply because it's a below $3 a share. So I don't trade shares, and this is why I don't trade shares below $3. Very slow bounce on the VWAP if it eventually does. Yeah, it is losing volume, and that's what's worrying me. Lack of volume is, and the fact that we didn't get volume. So we got this pullback, and then the handle to make a new high. The lack of volume on that is just getting a huge sell-off now. So I'm just going to get a big loss. Well, that's $5 down. So we're having a green week, but we needed $5 up to get green on the month. But I'm just not trading this again. That's on the no trade list as of now. Let's look at what I can trade and make some decent money. Get rid of the. This is why I normally have a filter for everything under $3. Okay, let's look at what we can trade. Wait for the volume to come in. It's moving up, but it's got a huge volume. EWAC is moving today, is it? Not seen it on the scanners yet. Have a look at it though. It's moving down underneath the VWAP. So the pop up pre-market and then selling off since. EWAC is not that we want to be trading. Netflix is moving up. Have to bounce sooner or later. Haters back above green line. Just wait for that one magical stock that's going to set us back to green, not just today, but on the month. Well, American Airlines Day was yesterday, pre-market. Have a look at the chart today. Having a good day today. Since the open, it popped up out of the open. Pull back to the VWAP, it's having a bit of a bounce. It's up over $21 now. American Airlines, interesting. Yeah, it's look. I was prepared to give it a bit more room because it had been bouncing pre-market, but I thought no, as soon as it breaks below the VWAP, it's in a downwards trend. So that's when I cut it. I was prepared to give it a bit more room. Didn't really want to risk 5k because there was no way I was going to make 10k on it. So as I say, as soon as I took that trade, the strategy's gone out of the window because I don't trade stocks under $3. I didn't, because it's the only one that's moving. I don't trade stocks under $3, and then that was moving, so it's more of a boredom trade than anything else. And that's me not sticking to my strategy. And every time I veer from the strategy, I lose money. So you think you learn from those mistakes, but it keeps coming back. This is another one. MITQ is another small stock that I'm going to get off my watch list. So It's a horrible chart. I'm not. Chart. It's something with some good volume. How is it coming through? That's the question. Right. Unusual options activity. Oil and gas prices are moving the energy sector back up again. So this is one for the energy sector. W&T offshore. Not getting the volatility. Exactly, Mark, and that's the problem. If you've got a gambling mindset, the discipline actually it ruins your strategy. So you need to ditch the gambling mindset, and that comes with practice. It does come with practice. It's not easy. It's an emotional element that's difficult to get past, and that's even today. I've been doing this for a while now, and even today I struggle with it from time to time. But I'm okay sharing that on screen because in the long term, in the long run, I'm profitable. That's what we're looking for is profitability in the long run. You've got to make mistakes. You're absolutely going to make mistakes. And veering from your strategy is always a mistake. And yet I still do it. It's like somebody who's got lactose intolerance. You say, we're all going out for pizza. And you say, well, I'll come. You're like, well, but you don't like cheese. You can't eat cheese. You're like, but I like it. Same kind of thing. You know, if you're lactose intolerant, you're still going to eat pizza. You just suffer the consequences afterwards. First time I've just cleared off what's been on my watch list that's no longer on my watch list, and the only thing that's on my watch list right now is Netflix, and that's more for a long-term trade. It's more for a swing later in the probably next week. But it's the first time in a long time I've not had anything on my watch list. Go figure. Nimrod popped up, very low volume. Looking for the signals right now. I'm just watching the signals tick, and it's normally at this time of day, what are we, less than half an hour in, normally the signals ticker will be rolling really, really quickly, and it's literally ticking. That just shows a lack of activity. Not getting the spikes, price spikes. I'm not getting the halt. There's no volatility halts. By saying that, when you've had a few, lack of volatility halts. High of day series. Nothing's hit that yet. Elon seems to be like now. Not trading that again though. Oh, friend, what's he doing? I looked at that early because it's there we go. That's what we're looking for. This is a former run, a continuation from earlier this week. Double holdings. Had a lot of volatility with this yesterday, about 3 or 4 different halts yesterday. Profitable. Yeah, we made about $500 on this yesterday. Hey Shando, how you doing? Is it me or is the stream glitching? Yeah, so we got WTI popped up a little bit, and I said it was one of the energy stocks. So now Indonesian Energy's just popped up as well. Low volume, so it's not tradable right now. And all the way back, going back red on the day. Oh. huge volume anyway. We're 800,000. A bit of a volume spike here. Just beat it out. Oh, look for something else. You only need one stop. That's all we need. Red box. What are you looking like? Oh, nice. Cup and handle. Just published a cup and handle video yesterday. Look at this cup and handle here. 1 minute. About you what? Oh, 14s. Yeah, well, I apologise if it's glitchy. A big spread on this as well. 3-4 cents at a time. 2. Red, but if you're trading, this is red box. Trading this, just be careful. Reds are pretty big. The only reason why things are slow today, it's cyclical. That's what happens. Sometimes the market's slow and rangy. Sometimes they're bullish or bearish. It depends. It's what happens. Sorry, Abby, but don't get guests unless it's pre-arranged. Want to come on my stream? Send me a message. I'm co-hosting with you, but just send me a message. I didn't. Sure, I didn't sell. Pressing the sell button. Well, this is not exactly enthralling viewing, and I know that. Well, if the spread's large, it means that you've got to factor that into your risk versus your reward as well. So, for example, if the spread, if you're looking for a 20-cent gain and the spread's 5 cents, that's going to eat into that. And likewise, if you've then got a 10, let's say you've 2-to-1 risk reward, you 20-cent gain, 10-cent risk. So if the spread's 5 cents, you're already 5 cents down before you even have any price action. So your risk is only a 5 cent move, and you're going to only get 15 cents when it reaches 20. So that's if the spread's bigger. This is not going my way. I'd give it 10-cent risk. Came in for 330, but first profit. Sometimes just got to be patient. This stock is the one with all the momentum over the last 15 minutes. Up 6% on the last 15 minutes. Order just jumped, but it's only on 10,000 shares, so can't really count that. No particular reason. Fridays tend to be a bit slower than most of the week anyway. Alpino, you bought that stock and had to sell in 1k bundles, sell 1,000 in bundles of 100, because it wouldn't do 1,000. Look, it's like anybody. If it's like anything, if there's no demand, you look at the volume. If you've got a liquid stock with high volume, you'll have no problem selling 1,000, because it'll go to multiple people in batches of 100, but the market maker will take 1,000 off you. If it's low volume, it won't sell. Yesterday I went up and we moved up with one particular stock, and I tried to sell 2,500, and it only sold 100. Then it pulled back and moved back up again, and it sold the rest. So it depends on the demand. If there's no demand, if it's very low floats, if it's not a liquid stock and there's not a lot of volume, then you can only sell it in bundles of what people are prepared to buy it for. Right, to put the cord on this. Buy 1,000 and keep the risk the same. So it's still 311 is the exit. But this just brings my average down a couple of cents. Oh, not a lot of movement, not a lot of volume in the market today. Everything's in thousands. There's nothing trading in millions at the moment in the levels that we're looking for, above $3. Want to test highs? I'll very disappointed. Very low volume at the minute. Here we go. Volume. That's just rude. That's just rude. Waiting for 330. It didn't quite get there. Went up to 29 and then pulled back. Look at that sell off. Looks like everybody's waiting for the 29. I think that this might not be my day. I'll just wait a little bit longer, otherwise I'll just call it for a bad day. Look, look at Twitter. Look at Twitter for you. It's moving up well. Slow, but it is a huge. It's quite a sizable float, so it's never going to be. It's never going to move really volatile. Not like these smallest, which is why we tried to get those smaller, smaller cap stocks that are kind of 100 million shares or less in the float, and that way you get much volatile moves. I mean, if you go for I suppose the good thing with the higher float stocks is that you don't get the big flushes. So it's a little bit more safe from that point of view. You can react quicker to a move to the downside. Whereas the lower float stocks, you get the, the parabolic moves up, the volatile moves up, but you also get the flushes to the downside as well. So it's a bit riskier from that point of view in terms of stock select. But Twitter, you're never going to get the fast moves to the upside, which is why Twitter's usually a good stock to swing trade as opposed to trade intraday. But this has had some good moves. Looking at on the 5 minute, on the higher time frame, got this first red candle in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first red candle in 6 means it's fairly extended right now, needs a bit of consolidation. So a first real red pullback after this extension bar means that you potentially have a bull flag set up on the 5 minute. So it might be worth watching for that. I don't think it's that it's a dumping day at the end of the week. I just think it's just there's not a lot of movement. There's not a lot of volume in the market today. There's not a lot of people trading, whatever reason. I'm looking at the scanners right now, and on the 5 minute scanner, there's nothing in the last 5 minutes that's traded over 1 million shares, and that's not normal over a 5 minute period. That nothing is traded over 5 minutes. Normally, when I'm looking for good volatility during the open market, I'm looking for good volatility. Typically, I've been looking for something that's trading at least 150,000 shares a minute. At least. CD, have a look at CD for you. Gin data. Oh, it's not on high relative volume yet. CD, it's 15% up, but it's relative. Normally, it would do a little over 2 million shares a day. It's currently 1.3 million. So relative volume isn't going to give it that volatility. It's kind of slow and steady. So it's not the most voluminous of stock. It's moving up, but it's not the kind of stock we really want to be trading intraday, Alistair. Fran, Sin, Sign, or whatever you want to. Whatever you're having yourself. I'll have a look at that because that was a runner earlier in the week, and yesterday I think it was. It's consolidating sideways. 196. If I look at it on the 60-minute chart, see it had this pump pre-market yesterday. Went up to 245. 245 from 110. So realistically, 175 is kind of about 170 is about 50% retracement. So it's not looking too bad. It could come back. Fran, it could come back because it's just trading sideways at the moment. It's just ranging sideways, but it's kept most of its gains from yesterday morning. So it could come back. It doesn't look like it's going to, but got this. Look at this trend line here. A trend line, downwards trend line. So the high of pre-market yesterday, going past the high of the out of hours session, and you can see we've got this downwards trend line. So this higher lows, lower highs, and then you've got this flat bottom forming here, well, around 190, 80, something like that. 188, you've got a bit of a flat bottom forming. So you've got this downwards triangle, downwards pennant, if you will, and that's usually a bearish sign. So that would indicate it will probably flush downwards. But that's on the 60-minute. Look at it on the 50. See what. Yeah, it's tapped this level a few times, and yeah, so it's looking fairly bearish based on that. not looking strong enough to make a move to the upside. But my opinion, not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. And it's now below the VWAP as well. So got the resistance of it being below the VWAP. It's the resistance of it being red on the day. If it gets green on the day, it could make another move upwards, but that's 212. So it's 194. It's got to make a big move. I'll be back in just a second. We've got a little way to go to wait. Things can still happen. Well, this week, 4 days we traded this week. We made $10,000. Second today. Trade Friday last. 2 weeks that we traded so far. This week and last week we made $23,000. 2 weeks. So we really ate into that drawdown that we had. So $23,000 in 2 weeks is good so far, but obviously today's loss is going to rub some of that out. So let's see if anything pops up that can help us. Yeah, I'm not bothered about VLON anymore. Lost too much money on it. It's not moving, it's just ranging sideways. On the 1 minute chart, it's just ranging sideways. It's below the VWAP. So the VWAP for me, from an intraday trend perspective, from a intraday trading perspective, day trading perspective, the reason the VWAP is so powerful is it's a great intraday trend indicator. If the candles are forming and the action is taking place underneath the VWAP, then it means that the price action is in a downwards trend. If it's the candles are forming and the price action is taking place above the VWAP, it means it's in an upwards trend. If it's ranging up and below and the candles are forming above and then below and completing below, or the starting below and completing above, then it's just ranging sideways. So this is currently underneath the VWAP. It's testing it again, but I've veered against my strategy and it's cost me dearly today. So I took big size with a very small price stock, and I don't trade. There's a reason I don't trade sub $3 stocks, and the reason is I always lose money with them. There's a few other reasons as well, but typically I would lose money with them. You need a strategy, El Puno, and better discipline. Nasdaq's done nothing but sell off. I'll show you the Nasdaq. On the 1 minute. That's a horrible sell-off. Came in, sold off, tried to recover, and then sold off again. Oh, the Nasdaq's looking horrible. look at it on the daily, I said that zoom in so you can actually see it properly. We had this megaphone pattern. Had this megaphone pattern here, and it's just broke the bottom end of it. I was expecting if it came down with this megaphone pattern that it could bounce and start to move up, but just broke through this megaphone pattern, so that's looking very weak. That's the Nasdaq. Of course, it will turn around and it will move to the upside because it's a market, and the markets always move up to the upside in the long run. That's going to have a wider impact on a lot of other stocks today. Tech stocks, pharmaceutical stocks, that kind of stuff. Listed on the Nasdaq, it could be influenced by the sell-off of the Nasdaq, and it sold off all day yesterday as well. So the fact that it's continuing a bit of a sell-off. What about the SPY? That's down as well. Even the Russell index is down. Russell index doesn't necessarily conform to the other two, so ready, there's blood in the water, guys. Thought to be a good entry on Elon. Was that what you're asking? Yeah, I mean, you find your sweet spot, Suggle. My kidneys are no good. Neither's my liver. Pickled. They wouldn't even give them. They wouldn't even give me any money for them. I tried to sell them. No, absolutely. No nines novice. You don't trade until the setup's absolutely there. We're going to bounce on the SPY at some stage. The VIX, so I've got the VIX here. The VIX is kind of it's the fear index. So this is a measure of volatility. Now, if it's up, if it's high, kind of in the 30s or something, then it's high volatility. But it's up today, so it's slightly up today. It tends to be the inverse of what the markets are doing. So the VIX moves up when the markets are moving down, and vice versa. It's still not very volatile. I mean, a couple of weeks ago when the oil and gas stocks, all the energy stocks were through the roof, the VIX was up at like 34, 36. Something like that. It's right now it's 23, so it's still not really high as a volatility index. And I like it when the VIX is high, because the more volatile the markets are, the better the range that we can get and the more profits we can make. Volatility is our friend. Over the last 15 minutes, there's no stocks have traded. Yes, they have. Stocks. Very few stocks have traded. No stocks have moved more than 3% with 1 million shares or more in 15 minutes. Virtually unheard of. I'll keep an eye. ED's moved up nicely. It just didn't do it on the volume that we want. So it's steadily moving up. $5 now. Still, it's only 1.5 million shares traded all day. Still not reached its average average volume. Still down. Average volume on this one's kind of about 2.1. Let me just quick comparative check. Yeah, 2.1 million shares traded daily, normally on Chin Data Group. But not even reached that yet. But it's not high relative volume. That's what we want. We want good relative volume. We want volatility that we can take advantage of. And we want some gains. Absolutely, El Perno. Doesn't help having 3 or 4 whiskey factories in and quality whiskey factories in relatively close proximity. Of course, Diageo, because of the black stuff. Not even black, but. Oh, sorry guys, if you're streaming in expecting a very interesting stream today, it's been a bit of a non-event. We never did get to 2,000 likes, but thanks anyway, guys. And hey, it's a bit of a damp squib to end the week. Keep talking. Thanks. We got there in the end. We got 2,000 in the end. I'll just complain and until we get it. All right, Paul. You're talking about Redbox. Have I missed? I missed that. That was 20 minutes ago. I'll have a look at your. Okay. We're talking about Redbox as I was trading it. But it already broke that resistance level. I've been up to 330. That's the point that I was making. Oh, it didn't act as support. Once it got up to 330, it didn't act as support. But fortunately. WIC tested that previous resistance level of 41.35 that I've drawn on months ago. Went up and touched it and rejected. Go figure. I think I'd on this free market, knowing full well it was going to go up there, but that's from months ago. Looking at some of the charts that are just horrible charts to try and predict. Patterns are just not there. Who are you moving to, Les? Ladybug. I'm dollar cost averaging with ETH. As long as it's I'm looking at this as low because I think Ethereum and well, I think crypto as a whole is going to continue to gain. But yeah, if it's buying, what we've gone through at the moment is consolidation period in crypto. It's ranging sideways. It moves up, it moves down. We're getting kind of Bitcoin is it's 40, it's 38, it's 44, it's 38 again. It's ranging sideways around that 40,000 level. So Ethereum's following suit. It will break out and it will move to the upside eventually. Even if it dips further, just buy more. That's what I'm doing. It's not financial advice for you. I'm not saying that you should do that, but if you're holding Ethereum long term, it's a good discount buying opportunity right now. Interactive, good. I've got I'm with Interactive. I've never had any problems with them. The momentum, there's literally nothing moving on. I'm thinking that it's broken. There's nothing moving. There's no price spikes. There's no volatility halts. There's no session highs or oh, there we go. CVNA up 1% last minute. Twist up 1% last minute. So we're not. This is just incremental trading. Nice shorts. Look at the losers. Oh, there you go. Look at it. It's a shorters market. Look at that. Dogs. G. D. Ouch. Bolted down. 1, 2, 3. 3 times. Bolted down 3 times. So, if you're short biased, you're probably making a killing today. Yeah, actually, with interactive, the thing is that I found with interactive is you can get it if you wire transfer to them. It can depends on who you use to wire. That's why I use Wise TransferWise, and it's next day with TransferWise. But if you wire from your bank, it can take a week, 3 to 5 working business days with interactive. But you can actually deposit with your card. You can actually deposit with your card with interactive, and that's what I like about them. You can actually get I've got one. Where my wallet's in the other room. You can get a bank card, a cash machine card with interactive as well. So if you've got a cash account with interactive, you can get a cash card, so you can draw money out of the hole in the wall from interactive brokers, which is kind of interesting. It's novel. I didn't know you could do that with a with a broker. LMD. Look at that, just spiked. Dogs is made money shorting that big time. Reason for that huge sell-off. Find out if there is any. Not sure what's caused that sell-off. Not seeing any news on it. Huge sell-off though. Get a bounce. Good volume as well, so it's a bounce. There's red cap. Expected it to bounce around 430. Before 392. Bounce at $4. Keep selling off, but which is why you look for bounce. Looking at dogs on the RSI on Trading View. Are you with it at the moment, Rez? Who's your current broker? Need to get some more dog treats. I'll get them at the weekend. Who's on my? Look like it. We're not having a good day today, Mumbles. We're waiting for something to move, and there's nothing moving yet. So we're six grand down, 6,000 down on the day, which is not great. Yeah, American Airlines is moving well enough today. Yesterday would have been a good swing trade for American Airlines. Sold off since. Well, that moved up to 21s and then sold off. No, 21.50s. Or 20.50s. So it's based all its gains on the day. That's in line with the wider market selling off. Looking at the Nasdaq on my other screens, I'm looking at the SPY, I'm looking at they're continuing to sell off, so I'm just waiting for kind of bounce, man. Which is not resumed. Yes, that's the problem with a lot of these so-called brokers that are commission-free ones in particular. They don't carry all the tickers, and that's one of the advantages of using a direct access software, is that they give you direct access to the markets and all of the instruments. And Interactive are pretty good. They've got most, if not all, of the instruments available to you. Oh, yeah. You're saying capital, but I know what you mean. It's not CMEG. You back? You gonna have a snore? Are you gonna sit down and have a snore now? The state of your tail. But you've got mange. Pulled out all your fur. Wait. That's it. She's not. It's not doing well, and she started pulling her out of a tongue. Her out of a tail. Get some cream for it, I think. Get you some bets on Monday. Not urgent. I'll call in a minute. Okay? Okay? Yeah? Monday morning? Bet Monday morning? Yeah? Know what you gonna do? Gonna do? Gonna do that? Yeah? I like your man, come and give me a cuddle. I like your man, come on. Hey? Gonna give me a little cuddle. Everybody say hello to the teddy bear. Say hello. Say hello. Yeah, nice cuddles, I know. You like cuddles. You like. There you. Come on. Oh, there you. There you go. You leave me alone. You've got hair all over me. She is a softie. She's a big teddy bear. Dogs hasn't resumed. That was 31 and 59, so we're 46. So this might resume in 30 seconds. Enjoy your weekend, Zugel. Don't like having Red Fridays. It ruins the weekend for me. Got 15 minutes left. This stream, I think. Call it quits after 4. No resumption after 15 minutes. Interesting. Did go up? Problem with this one is because it's a higher float stock. Movement is not volatile enough. Sat there. There's transactions taking place. We're sat there at 529, and it doesn't look like there's any price action. Even though there is, you see on the ticker tape that there's trade's taking place. Absolutely, Alistair. I don't think they need any help. They're doing a great job on their own. What do you expect when you hire a bunch of prima donnas and in terms of players and manager? Just about to buy for that. Missed it. Little bull flag. Missed it. Okay. Get the next one. Pull back, little doji, and then okay. That's bull flag set. With 10 cents and a different frame resistance. So that's maybe not what we would have looked for. We need to just find something that's moving. There is nothing. UK. Look at UK. I just popped up with big volume. It's not big volume, it just looks big volume because it's not trading anything. Big relative volume. Okay. CD's the one that's got the volume at the minute. Selling off. A lot of these breakouts just aren't holding at the moment. Careful. Snap's got a lot of volume. It always does. So what we'll see with GWAC and the warrants. Moving up. That's 40. Let's look at the warrants. Follow suit. Volume on that. USC. The warrants usually follow the price action of most, but in this case they're not. How's the day going, Fran? There's nothing moving for us. We veered from the strategy and took some smaller cap stocks just to get a trade in, and it went against us. So, yeah. Lesson to learn today is stick to your strategy. A weird woman now, Mumbles. I have one of those. I married her. Don't do that. Sucks the energy right out of you. I just give it a minute. I've my phone just died. I just have to put it onto charge. That's what that is. I'll be back in the stream in a second. I know. Well, I'll continue on YouTube. A little bit of juice to go into this. Get back that stream. Let's see, huge spreads. Yeah, well, they have a tendency to do that, Mumbles. The phone's just not even. Let's see. That pullback. Do I see? Get in on. Went without me. The ordering it went 45, I think. 30-cent move. Good setup on the 5 minutes at 12. Pull back. There we go. Well, I think I'll end the stream. There's nothing taking place. Oh well. Catch you guys later. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back at it Monday morning. Shame to finish. I might come back for power hour. We'll see. If I don't take any more tries, I'll come back for power hour. We'll see where we get. Well, I've got a week to make up 12 grand. So we're still down on the week. We're still down on the month. But at this moment in time, I've got today and next week to make up 12,000. So we'll see how we do. See you next time, guys. Take care.